Hey, it's Brent, and in this video, I want to talk about the poor mindset, the I'm poor, I can't afford it mindset, because obviously I get a lot of emails on this, and it's something that pretty much everyone suffers from at one time or another in their life. And you want to know how to move forward from that and actually create wealth, attract money, be successful, whatever. So one of the things that's stopping you is the conversation that you're having with yourself about the fact that you can't afford things. So if the only thing that goes through your mind is, I can't afford it, I can't afford it, I can't afford it, remember that you need to change that story, because your mind, your brain doesn't know the difference between something that actually happens for real or what you think, okay? It's all the same thing. It's all real to your mind, okay? So if you are constantly, your conversation is, I can't afford it, man, I wish I could afford it, man, oh man, they should make it cheaper so I can afford it, right? Like if your whole thing is that way, your whole conversation, you're going to continue living that, okay? Now, before some resistance comes up in your head, I will say that, changing the conversation doesn't automatically, have money show up on your doorstep, okay? So if you're thinking that, or if you're about to say that, yeah, well, Brent, that doesn't work. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is that if you change your conversation, if you have the courage to push through the resistance of thinking that a conversation is a good place to start changing the conversation to, I'm rich, I'm wealthy, I deserve money, I deserve wealth, I deserve, right? And I give and I support and I inspire. And I have, money comes to me easy and frequently. Money comes in all day long. Money is easy. Making money is easy. Attracting money is easy. People give me money. And if you are courageous enough to change the conversation from I'm poor and I'm broke and all that kind of stuff to I'm rich, I'm wealthy, and so on, prior to there being physical evidence, you will be on the right track. Now, if you're not willing to do that, then you're not willing to do that. And yes, you will continue to be poor and continue to have that poverty mindset, and you will continue to be able to complain about your life and be the victim, right, of all the outside forces that are keeping you there, right, supposedly, right, when it's actually just you, right? You have to make the change. So, yes, there are many other steps and actions to be taken in the process. So what I'm saying right now is it begins with you. You are the source. It begins in a change in your mind and a changing of your story. That's where it begins. And it's the simplest thing. And it's free. It doesn't cost any money to change your mind. Okay? Which should be exciting to you if you have the poverty mindset. It's free. Changing your mind is free. But let me just tell you, in my experience, changing someone's mind or having someone have the ability and the courage to change their mind is often the most difficult thing for people to do. And it's way more difficult than making a lot of money, actually. Changing a mind is more difficult than making money. In most cases, from what I see from people, okay? Now, that's not my story, but that's kind of the reality of it for most people. It's where they live. And so if you will change your mind and begin there, then yes, we can discuss other steps on how to attract money and actions to take and what directions and putting stuff in your story. But it has to begin with, I'm wealthy, money comes easy and frequently, it comes in all day long, I deserve great wealth, I deserve, great wealth, I help people, I inspire people, and so on, okay? It begins with that. And you must push through the part of your brain that's going to say, well, I'm lying to myself. I'm faking it. That's not true. I don't see the evidence. You got to push through that. That's just keeping you back. Okay. Again, if you're not willing to do that, it's okay. Then you're not willing to do it. But enjoy where you are, because you'll always be there. Enjoy poverty, because you will continue to live in poverty. Okay. And look, and you can say, well, some people, your excuse will be sometimes, well, some people have it better than others and they start out with the rich parents or whatever. Or what about people who are starving in Africa? I understand that. I understand that, okay? But let me tell you that some of the most successful people that I've met come from some of the harshest conditions ever, and from some of the most painful backgrounds that you can imagine. So that's not an excuse, okay? It's not an excuse. It starts with you changing your mind about it. So change your mind. Just change your mind and understand what I've talked about before, which is the process of creating the evidence that you're so desperately seeking in that moment where you say, oh, I'm lying to myself. It's not real. It's not happening. Right? I don't see $1 million in my bank account. Yeah, exactly. Right. And you never will if that is your take on it. If that is your belief, your current belief, okay, if your current belief is that, oh, I'm lying to myself, so this won't work, I'm faking it, there is no evidence, so this is stupid, this is too easy, you know, this could never work, or everyone would have $1 million, right? If that is what you're telling yourself, guess what? You're going to live that. That will be your life, because that's your story. That is your story. Okay? And then yes, like I said at the beginning of this, you can sit around and be the victim and complain and tell me all the people that you blame for where you are in life, right? Which really, you know, whatever. Okay? And avoid taking the responsibility for now living your life the way you can live it, right? And letting all that go, forgiving everybody, forgiving yourself, and letting it go and moving forward. Or you can consider, you can have some faith, which you have in a lot of other things that doesn't seem to bother you, right? But this is different, right? Another story, right? Another point of resistance. You can have some faith and you can understand how powerful you truly are. And you can stop pretending that you're powerless. You can stop pretending that you have no power when you are absolutely powerful and you have the power to change your life right now. It's a change of mind, okay? And you understand this creating process where you create the evidence that you seek. You create it in the moment that you create it. Understand? You create it in the moment that you change your inner dialogue. Okay? Your thoughts, your speaking, the things you write down, all of that creates your life in the moment that you're doing it, okay? So I hope you're understanding this, because this is very powerful. This is where it begins. And again, for all of you saying, well, it can't be that easy, there are other things to do. Yes, absolutely. But I'm saying that you can go and try and do a bunch of other things, but if you don't have your mind straight, they're not going to work, or you're going to have sporadic results. Right? And I'm helping you build a life where you have consistently successful results and you live the life that you've always wanted and you help inspire people and so on. So that's what I have to say about it for now. If you think this message is great and you know someone else who needs to hear it and be inspired by it, then I encourage you to share this video with them. You can also comment, you can favorite it, you can subscribe to the channel. And if you want to know what I'm really up to, you can go to BrentSmithLifestyle.com. Talk to you later.